Hi guys, and welcome to Escape Wheel Watch Reviews. My name is Steve, and today we're going to be reviewing the Baltany S184040. It can be known as a bubble back, I guess. This watch was sent to me for free by the Baltany Watches official store on AliExpress. I don't have to send the watch back, but you know the deal by now. That's not going to sway my review one way or the other. The retail price for this watch is right around $146 US. These do get discounted during the sales, but not by much. You might be able to save like $10 or $15 probably if you wait for the next big sale. The watch comes in two different colorways. Both dials are really well done and very interesting. So you have this golden patina kind of look, which we'll really dive into in just a little bit. And then you've got a really cool silver white linen dial. I think they both look really cool, and I think the closer you get to the dial, the more interesting they become. The watch case is made of 316L stainless steel. It has a sapphire crystal, screw-down crown, screw-down case back, 200 meters of claimed water resistance. It comes on a decent leather strap, and this one is powered by the Seagull ST1701 automatic movement. So I've reviewed a few Baltany watches in the past, and I always come away impressed with them. They are a little bit on the pricey side for what you're getting. You know, the Seagull movement can be found in watches that are like 60 or 70 bucks, but don't let that fool you. These things are really well executed, really well finished, and I mean, they are just great watches. But before we get into the full review, I'll do a quick wrist check. I've got the Tactical Frog titanium dive watch. This one is really cool, has fixed lugs, really nice watch. Yeah, go check out the unboxing up here. That is on channel number 2. Different from this channel, so make sure you're subscribed up there if you're not already. That's where unboxings are going to live, and that's where this one is, so go check it out. Alright, let's do the dimensions for this thing. We've got a 36mm diameter case, thickness of 13.5, got an 18mm lug width, and lug tip to lug tip is right at 44 millimeters. So this is a case that I have reviewed in the past. I really do like the case. I think it's really interesting. It is pretty thick for how short it is and how small it is. So it does kind of appear a little chunky, but the mid case in it is pretty thin still, so that, you know, gives the appearance of it sitting or being a little bit thinner than it is. It is pretty flat, but again, really short lug to lug, so this should fit people pretty well. I like the way it wears. It just wears a little small on my wrist, but I still do enjoy this case. So yeah, I'm going to go outside right now and throw it on my wrist. Here we are on my 7.5-inch wrist, and I think it looks pretty good. Obviously a little bit small, but it kind of lends to the vintage look of this piece, and I think it looks really good. It is a pretty flat case, as you can see here. So there's not much curvature at all, but the short lug to lug makes it very wearable. The crystal on this thing is absolutely fantastic. Plenty of AR coating, so the reflections are kept at bay. You see all that light play off of the dial. I think this thing, it looks great. It looks really good. And yeah, I'm really been enjoying this piece. And getting out into some direct sunlight, you can really see that dial come to life. I mean, it is really kind of crazy. You got a lot of flake going on there. I think it looks really cool. Still plenty legible. I mean, the AR coating on these crystals that Baltany uses are fantastic. Just really nice crystals. But yeah, I'm gonna go throw this on some straps that I have, which are not very many, but yeah, we'll do that and then we'll get back to the review. And here we are on a black leather rally strap. I think this one looks really good. I do like the contrast with the gold and the black. I think that looks nice. What do you guys think? Got a couple more to throw down now. Let's get to it. And here we are on a Milanese mesh. This one lifted off of my Seagull chronograph, but I think it looks okay on this. Definitely not my favorite, but I guess this dial is a little bit dressy, so yeah, it works alright. We got one more strap to throw it on, we'll get back to it. And lastly, here we are on a dark green NATO strap. You can see 2 layers underneath the watch there. Still think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I think the green and gold goes alright. Not my favorite, but yeah, looks pretty good. But let's go inside and let's get back to this review. Now let's talk about the case finishing. So case finishing on this watch, really well done. You see on the tops of the lugs here, you've got a vertical brushing. Really nicely done with a nice sharp transition to the polished sides. As you can see there, nice high polished sides. Polishing on these cases done really well. You can see it's going to pick up some scratches, but yeah, that's kind of typical with polished sides. It still looks really good. You have a fully polished bezel, as you can see there. Even the bottom edge of it right there is polished. It looks really good. Very happy with that. You got a nice kind of oversized crown here. Really nice and grippy crown. I do like that. It's unsigned. That's kind of what you get from Baltany as far as branding goes. You get it on the dial, nothing on the crown, nothing on the case back, nothing on the buckle. Pretty sterile in that sense, but yeah, I do really like it. The case back on this thing, again, fully polished. I mean, it is just, it's a mirror, just a mirror. You're seeing everything here. But really cool grip on the bottom edge of this thing. Really nice. I'm not sure the tool to get that off, but you should be able to use a sticky ball or ball of duct tape or something to get that off if you ever need to. It does have vertical brushing on the bottom sides of the lugs there. This edge, it's a little bit sharp, but honestly, this is the part that's making contact with your wrist. This is all nice and smooth, so this is a very comfortable watch. I've got no problems with it. Now let's test this thing for sapphire real quick. I have no doubts. Here you can see it is positive for sapphire. Whoops. And it's a really nice sapphire crystal. Very nice, very high dome, as you can see right there. It sits way proud of the bezel. I think it looks so cool. Again, I mentioned this in my last Baltany review. Baltany just nails these crystals. They are so good. Clear anti-reflective coating, lots of AR coating as well, so nice and legible. Really, really nice. No distortion, not even at the steep angles here, but right on the edge you get lots of light play there. I think it looks absolutely great. I love these crystals. I've got no complaints about them. They look really, really good. All right, let's talk about the dial on this thing. And the dial is really, really nice on this watch. Super, super nice. This is the gold color. They've got a silver linen dial, and I think they both look really, really cool. And the closer you get, the cooler they look. So here's a nice view for you. You can see the applied numerals at all the hour markers, except the 6 o'clock, which is replaced by the 6 o'clock subdial. You see that subdial. It is nicely recessed there. It's got some circular pattern to it, really nice. And then it's got a blued seconds hand, which I think looks really good. I like the second hand that they chose there. Really cool. Big, long counterbalance. I think that looks nice. The hands themselves, they're kind of leaf-shaped hands. Really, again, nicely done. You know, perfect size, in my opinion. They're just great. I've got nothing to complain about with the handset on this thing. Really nicely finished. Same with the indices. They are really nicely finished. I mean, even getting up way close to it here, you can see they're just nice and crisp. Just so nicely done. The Baltany branding, I like it. Very simple. Yeah, I've got no complaints with this dial. And you know, getting up real close here, you can see it almost has like a speck or like a flake to it. It's a really cool dial color. It's a matte dial, so there's no gloss to it, but I think it looks really, really cool. Very happy with that dial color. I mean, just look at that. That looks awesome. It looks so good. Very, very happy with the dial on this thing. There's no lume on it, so not a big deal. This is kind of a field watch style case, but kind of a dress dial, so it's kind of balanced in between those two. So I don't know how I feel about no lume on this. I think I'm okay with it. Just because it is a pretty dressy dial. I just wish they would put it in a more dressy case, in my opinion. That's really the only complaint I have about the design of this watch. But the way that they pull it off and execute it, it is done so nicely. That dial is so cool. Very, very cool. I like it a lot. All right, so let's talk about the movement in this thing. So movement is operated by this 3 o'clock screw down crown. Really nice grip on that crown. It's a perfect size in my opinion. It looks cool. It feels cool. Nice and grippy. Perfect pop out there. Yeah, hand winding. So this is the Seagull ST1840. It is a no date movement. So first pop out here. It does not hack, unfortunately. But this first pop out is where you set the time. And I mean, it works perfectly acceptable. It's super smooth. Very nice, very smooth. It doesn't jump or anything like that when you set the time. Very happy with the movement. It's fairly quiet. It's a bi-directional winding rotor, so you don't have that rotor whirl that you get with Miyotas and stuff. I'm pretty happy with this movement. As far as how it's running excellent. Check out the time grapher right there. Looking really good, very solid. I'm really happy with this. I think Baltany is regulating these movements, and that kind of proves it. I mean, that's really, really good accuracy for this movement. yeah, I'm really happy with the movement. I got no issues with it, other than the fact that it doesn't hack. That's my only real gripe with it. As far as the crowns go, screw in, screw out action. I mean, it picks up right away. Very nicely done. Very happy with that. Now let's talk about the strap on this thing. So the straps, they're 18 millimeters. They taper down to 16. They've got pretty nice stitching here. Just minimal stitching on either side of the spring bars there. No quick release, which I'd like to see. It does say genuine leather over here, Baltany over here. You've got a floating keeper. You've got a stationary keeper. You've got a fully polished buckle here, which is different than the usual buckles that they use. They usually throw on like a bead blasted buckle, but this one's pretty nice and solid. It doesn't flop around or anything like that. It's a keeper. Yeah, I do wish they would put quick release on this, because I think these straps are good enough that you're going to want to keep them in your collection. They're not the best straps, but they're definitely above average for AliExpress watches. Yeah, but they're nice, they're thick, they're flexible, they're comfortable, they smell good. Yeah, I've got no real problems with them. Good length on this one too. I sit right kind of in the middle on this thing. Yeah, very happy with the strap on this thing. And, you know, I would probably replace it with something else, but it would definitely stay in the watch box, maybe to get thrown back on this or onto something else. So, yeah, I'm overall pretty happy with the strap on it. So there you go, guys. That is the Baltany model S184040. Really a cool watch. They're putting in the seagull movement to kind of drop the price down a little bit, and I think they nailed it. I mean, $146 for this on sale. You can get them for like $135 or so, $130-ish. That's a heck of a watch for $130 in my opinion. The crystal on these things are great. The dials, the way they do those, are excellent. The movement is super accurate. Even the included strap is good. Not much to complain about with this one. I do think the overall design of this is a little questionable. You know, the field watch style case with the dressy dial. I think if they put this in a nice slim case, it would sell a lot better. But yeah, overall, I still do really like this. It's an unusual watch, and I think it looks cool though. It looks really cool. Just that dial is so awesome. So if you guys are interested in buying this, head down to the description. There will be a link down there that is an affiliate link to the Baltany official store. I really appreciate you guys using the affiliate links and letting them know that I sent you there. Really, I mean, these things are awesome. Really cool. I love Baltany watches. I'm so happy that they're putting out something unusual, and they're doing it at a really high quality. So there's not a whole lot to complain about when you get one of these things. Yeah, they're great watches. I'm so happy with all the Baltanys that I've reviewed so far. I think that's about it though. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.